He's here, not just a picture, not just video, but he is here in life. Tom Merriman is in the studio.
You know when you hear that open, that's what it means. It's time to play Case or Not a Case today. Hello.
Very exciting to be here.
Very excited to have you here.
This is the only thing that makes me nervous on the show.
We really used our brains at this point of the show.
Well, that's my problem.
We tried to.
Well, and I know, David, you were up late last night studying for this.
I want to know what's happening to Mr. Dimples. I'm worried.
And Natalie, I know you're more going with your gut. You go with that strong gut and just fire away.
It doesn't always work for me. So.
Well, let's see how you do today. Let's do our first scenario.
Okay.
Bring it up here. So Knuckles Nickerson is driving southbound on a two-lane country road with double yellow lines down the middle. Now, this area is known for heavy deer activity. In fact, there's deer crossing signs along the roadway. Dimples Donnelly is heading northbound, and suddenly a deer sprints out from behind a bush. Knuckles swerves to avoid the deer, and Knuckles hits Dimples head on. Does Dimples have a case against Knuckles?
I say he should. Unfortunately, the darn deer is at fault here, but if you swerve and you hit someone else.
I think it's failure to control. I think it's a problem.
So you think Dimples has a case?
Yes.
I will tell you, it's very fact specific, but more likely than not, Dimples would not win at trial.
What?
Knuckles has a defense called the sudden emergency defense. And even though it's foreseeable that there's deer in the area and there, you know, you've got to look out for deer.
Signs are up and everything.
You know, he's not on notice that deer is going to sprint out from behind the bush. He has no control over it. And so
it's a sudden emergency.
So even though Dimples is severely injured and Knuckles went across the center line, he has a defense, or could have a defense in this case.
I'm just going to stay home and stay out of the country.
Yeah. So
that's shocking to me.
So one thing I'll tell you is Ohio, I don't know if people realize this, in 2019 there were over 19,000 deer motor vehicle accidents.
How can you prove there was a deer there?
Well, sometimes the deer, gets
demised.
Yeah, demised. But if someone uses this as a defense, you want to call us right away if there's a deer or animal involved in some way, because people can bring this up and it's not true.
Right.
And so we want to get on it right away to make sure that defense is real.
You need fresh meat in this one.
That's right. But these are the months, October, November, December. Nearly half of the deer accidents happen right now.
Yes.
So be careful out there, okay?
All right, so there's case one, scenario one. What
let's
about
go to number two.
That's a surprise, huh?
Alfredo Fettuccini is driving southbound on a country road. He is cheesy. This is a cheesy one. He's in the left lane. It's pouring rain, a rainstorm. There's a sign that says right lane ends ahead. Now there's a truck just ahead of Fettuccini, and in the right lane, Fettuccini knows it needs to get over, but he accelerates to pass the truck. Nevertheless, the truck merges over in front of Fettuccini, well ahead of him, but Fettuccini kind of panics, slams on the brakes, swerves left, loses control on the wet pavement, and hits Dimples Donnelly. Poor Dimples gets hit again, head on.
Oh my.
He's got two dimples in his head.
That's probably why he has the dimple.
Dimples has a case in this one. He has to, because there's no sudden, I mean, you're just driving in a reckless way.
I know there's a sign there, but if I had a good lawyer, he'd tell me that the rain was a problem. The rain would cause a sudden emergency.
Well, I'm going with Judge Natalie here.
I knew it.
Because I think this sudden emergency, and I say this because I had a case very similar to this, litigated for years, ended up in a settlement of over $2 million.
Whoa.
And one of the things that we were able to show is in this case, Fettuccini, he has control of the situation. He's on notice this truck needs to get over. He has a duty to exercise caution, not drive at a speed that's unsafe for wet pavement or a situation where a truck may be moving over. So although the truck driver may have some liability, that sudden emergency defense isn't going to fly.
Okay.
Okay?
We got to get to that third one.
May have some.
May have some. You never know. We'll see.
That's why it took 2 years.
But the key is get to us early. In that case, we got an accident reconstruction team out there right away. We found video and then made all the difference in the world.
So the fast response is the most important thing.
That's the key thing. All right, here's the last one. Hot Sauce Harper likes everything hot, and he struggled with acid reflux his entire life. And his doctor prescribed Zantac for the past 10 years. It was very effective. But last year, Hot Sauce was diagnosed with stomach cancer. Does Hot Sauce have a case against the manufacturer of Zantac?
Is that one of those class action things where if everybody starts saying that, then maybe they
Sounds
would
like
have a
Camp
case against
Lejeune
them?
to me.
You're right, and it's very much like Camp Lejeune or Zantac knees or Zantac hips. And I bring this up because this case is pending right now, the Zantac cancer cases. But what I try to emphasize with people, how important it is, hire a local attorney you trust, whether it's me or somebody else. Hire somebody you trust. There's these national marketing firms that are pounding the airways with, Camp Lejeune ads or Zantac knees.
And no communication with them.
Yeah, you may not even know who the lawyer is that's representing you. They'll have thousands of files. And the key is, if you hire a local attorney, we're all paid out of the same contingency fee, so it doesn't cost you anything. Mm-hmm. So it's someone who can answer your questions, who knows your case, can advocate for you in the process. But if you see something on TV like that and it affects you, call me. We can talk through it.
Email him as well, tom@merrimanlegal.com. Go to his website, merrimanlegal.com, and then give him a call, too. You never know. That's why we have you on. Because
you can't figure this stuff out yourself.
You cannot, nor should you try to.
Look at Mr. Dimples here.
He will take the guesswork out of everything. Thank you for coming in, Tom.
Thank you. Appreciate it.